Good morning, everybody.
Good day pala, good day.
Morning, good morning.
Wherever you are.
Good day.
Ay,
Movie related.
napakaganda ng araw ngayon.
Oo nga. May spotlight pa tayong galing sa araw mismo. Natural yan. At saka vitamin D.
Yes.
Welcome
Even
to the
our
show.
plants are saying hello to you. Saludo sila.
Oo, sino nakatayo?
Yeah, and it's a special show today because malapit ng Valentine's. So we're talking
Yes.
about a very wonderful topic. Na
Love,
talagang-
love, love. It's a very
yes.
many
Oo.
splendored thing.
At saka, ito nga, si Gemini Rose, bumabati na ng Happy Valentine's Day to all,
advance
to
ka,
all of
ha?
you.
Okay.
Yes.
Salditan, good morning.
Salud and good morning.
Oh,
din.
yes. Nice to hear from you.
So, basically, this is a very important subject matter.
In fact, it's the favorite of everyone, di ba? I
It's
mean,
all in the
the
news.
songs, the books, the movies, lahat, all about love, di ba?
Yes. At saka maraming man tayo share today. Baka sabihin, narinig na namin yan. Or hindi.
Oh, there's so much to
take it
say
from a
about this.
deeper perspective. Hindi ba? Kasi kailangan naman hindi yung parang sabihin natin commercialized discussion of love. But we're talking about with wisdom, no, maganda, very very happy type of discussion on love. Oo. Kasi minsan mayroong mga shows na they talk about love tapos umiiyak, yung mga heartaches, mga ganon. Hindi po
Although
kami
that comes, no?
that's din experiences
It's part
ng
of
mga
it rin.
tao. But let's
Oo.
put a nice flavor to the real meaning of love. Okay, oo.
Okay.
Yung kumbaga na, di ba, may everlasting love.
Yeah,
And
mga
eternal
kanta.
love.
Oo.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
things like that kasi our perception, alam natin na love in this world has its hangganan. May
Lots of
limit.
ups and downs.
Yeah. Plus, you know, and the very foundation of love also can be expressed in so many different ways.
Oh yeah, yes.
You know, it's not just limited to a physical thing.
Oh, that's an important point. The ways we express love.
Sabi
Maraming
nga
ways.
na mga isang proverb that love has to be shown by deeds and not just words.
Oo naman.
Oo,
Kailangan pakita.
And being unique individuals tayo, we have our own ways rin. That is
Yes.
galing lang, nobody can show love the way you personally will do it.
Oo. And it can be a small gesture or a big gesture.
Yes.
No? Iba-iba talaga. Depende sa tao.
Yung, and the bottom line is, di ba, small or big doesn't matter. For
Oh yeah.
It's the thought. It's the
Yeah.
love that
Whether
counts.
the essence is very much, it's unconditional.
Yes.
Diba? That's when,
Which is very rare now.
yeah.
May sinabi nga ang Indian proverb na in love, beggar and king are equal.
Oo,
yan,
lahat tayo
kumbaga.
kasi we all need love.
Pantay-pantay when we actually love people. Walang naman, mayaman ka, kaya mas mabigat ang iyong
Because,
pagmamahal.
Hindi talaga.
we all need to love and be loved.
Yes, that's what makes us equal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all
It's not like
Need
just made differences,
Oo.
you know. Because even if you see, you meet, even expressions of love begin in family.
Oo.
It's rooted there. It starts there. And then in families, you'll see that times of prayers, times of thankfulness. They may go to church, they may go to the mosque, they may go to the temples. You will find it is all due to the thankfulness for the unconditional love that is so heartfelt.
Yes. Oo.
And speaking about small or big ways to show love, it's really all different. Just like my daughter, it was her birthday yesterday, and she lives not in the Philippines, no? So, syempre, miss nila tayo dito. And to show her our love, kasi pagka nasa ibang bansa ka, miss mo yung mga pagkain din dito sa Philippines. Alam mo, my other daughter who also lives in another country, she understands what they're going through, diba? So, she arranged for the one with the birthday to receive cassava cake. May tinuruan siya doon sa country na yon paano gumawa. At saka pandesal. Oh my God.
Oh,
Big celebration na kasi nakatikim sila ng flavors
Imbis
of
na
the
ice cream,
Philippines.
imbis na ice cream and cake na sikat ng
Yes.
mga lugar, napakasarap na ice cream. Hindi, gusto nila pandesal at saka cassava cake.
But then, so you feel the love of the person who knows, things that you like, di ba?
we have some visitors, meron kayong mga friends,
Mm-mm.
natikman nila yung cassava cake, tuwan-tuwa rin sila.
Yes,
diba?
this is one of the nice products here, no? In La Union.
May
No?
cassava cake
So
at saka ube
sharing,
cake.
sharing your pandesal, sharing your cassava cake, and sharing it with people is sharing some happiness and your love.
Right.
Hindi ba?
Yes,
Dahil-
in the form of our foods, di ba?
Oo,
Ayan, alam mo naman, Pinoy, we
Yan.
love food.
Oo. So these are expressions of
Mhm.
love when we actually share things with people. Just as,
Mm-hmm.
sharing wisdom. And sometimes kaya nga minsan sabi lang, yung kids mo, hindi ba, she has an art class with her apos,
Mhm.
hindi ba?
That's our bonding time.
On Zoom. Ginagawa niya on Zoom. And then, of course, when they create, they're able to create little things, cards. Hindi ba?
Oh,
Minsan may
yes.
occasions and you
Yes.
ask them to make a card for somebody.
Mm-mm.
Tuwan-tuwa sila. Hindi
Yes,
ba?
because I teach them also not just to create but to give it as gifts to
Yes.
those that they care about.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
So, very personal.
Yeah,
yun.
that's basically what it is. You know?
They learn to show appreciation and love.
See, sometimes when it's something that comes from your own gifted creativity,
Yeah.
Made by your own hands.
made by your own
di ba?
hands,
From your
you
heart.
took the time,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
See, those things are
Special.
something like, it's very special to so
Oo.
many.
At
Alam nyo, let's greet our listeners
yeah.
this morning.
We got a
Yogi Padilla,
growing
good
list
morning.
here.
Magandang umaga. Daming
Oo.
daming emoticons. Puro heart.
Wow,
Mga
puro
ganun.
heart.
Yes.
Dixie Palmos, good morning.
Love
love this show daw.
love this show.
Thomas from
Mila
Angeles.
Arroyo, good morning. Gerard Sanchez, good morning. Bumabati si Ate Soki.
Yeah.
And Harry Yumol, hello, from Ilocos.
Locos natin, Rosalinda Tan, our friend from Okinawa, good morning.
And Vina,
Ilocano,
our
yes.
Ilocano teacher.
Very Enriquez. May Nico tribe
Naimbat na
naman
bigat.
from the Union, you know.
Yes.
Yes.
And we love you from the bottom of our hearts. Oy, gaya na. Napakalalim no,
Oo.
ang pagmamahal din, hindi ba? Thank you very much for
Alam
all
nyo,
your love.
Alam nyo yung unconditional love na yun, na nadadama ng marami. All of us. Kasi unang-una, yung source ng unconditional love kasama natin palagi kahit saan tayo.
Oo.
Kaya, when you know how friendships are born?
They grow on us, yan.
Right, it grows on you, but the very essence of that friendship is caring and loving.
Yes.
It's not always that we think that,
It can start small, di ba? The relationship, you give a little something,
Right.
tapos may reciprocation, and then, it just continues, it grows
Yes.
and grows.
And then when the foundation is friendship, then there's no limit.
Yes.
Diba? There's no conditions between.
At saka hindi nagbibilang, parang ito lang binigay niya sa akin, mas yung binigay ko sa kanya. Walang equation na iniisip.
Hindi business.
Oo.
Walang kailangan kapalit. Hindi
Yes.
ba? Hindi pa man nag-inventory at saka hindi pa naglilista
Walang-
ng mga
Hindi kailangan mag-audit.
Oo. Ay mga ganyan talagang very natural. And in fact, merong hindi ba sinabi, love is giving and forgiving also.
Yun, kasali yun.
Oo.
Yun ang pinakamahirap i-give minsan, di ba? Yung
Oo.
forgiveness.
Kaya hindi naman taking and taking.
Give and
Oo,
take.
kasi-
Sometimes give and give.
Sa
Depende.
relationship talagang you have to, kasi alam mo, minsan kasi yung mga, minsan meron mga misconceptions, hindi ba? Like yung fairy tale stories na nababasa natin, parang napaka-perfect ni prince, napaka-perfect ni princess, no? Parang, ang ano nila, parang, yes, they're, so handsome, so rich, and so powerful, and so brave, ganun. But in real life, you have to understand that people have imperfections,
Yes.
hindi ba?
Although
So,
we are very much attracted to finding that perfect person to love,
oo.
but not in this world.
Yeah. So basically speaking, kasama yung forgiving, kailangan patience, hindi ba? And kindness.
Tolerance,
so
understanding.
which is all something on the part of the person loving, hindi ba? you have to
See,
have that develop that
it's
quality.
nurturing. Eh?
Oo.
The nature of love is to nurture. It's not something like, okay, minahal na kita, boom. No.
Hindi na
Nalilimutan
simple.
na.
Ang tawag ko dyan,
Parang
tawag
yung
ko
bigang
dyan.
part of the furniture na
Ang
lang.
tawag ko dyan, when you deal with loving relationships, it's work in progress.
It's
Ayan.
alive, you know.
Work
You need
in
to cultivate it
progress.
and
It's a
water
continuous
it
process.
and
It's
take
not
care
something
of
like,
it.
I've done this, what did you do for me? Kaya ganun, that becomes such an issue. But really, I mean, look at it in that context, that it's always work in progress. Just as our life in this world is always a continuing process, or maybe there's ups and downs, but if you're steady in your outlook and clarity in your mind, there's may paglilinaw sa ating
Kumbaga may
pag-iisip.
goal,
Right.
on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes medyo meron
Kasi
mahirap,
challenges.
pero may goal tayo
Kasi
na
the goal
pinupuntahan.
itself is so
Oo.
important kasi you nurture each other's relationship, kunyari, it's husband and wife or with children for that matter, or friends. How far do you want your relationship to go? Sometimes we only limit such intimate relationship with husband and wife. Yeah, may ganon. But yet, there are relationships that is quite deep and intimate because and it doesn't have to be a husband and a wife type of situation.
Yeah, many kinds
but
of
you're caring.
relationships of
Caring, di ba?
love.
Kanina umaga, I had some guests earlier. And I just met these people second time around. Kumbaga, the first
Like
time
a
around.
week ago and
Yeah,
then today.
2 weeks
oo.
ago. Then sabi ko, then they wanted to learn and experience something that I teach. So sabi ko, sige, come. Come this morning. But I was meant to meet with them until later. So with
Later
the-
pa sana, oo.
So, everything else is set up with food and everything else is set up again, it has to do with not, I want something from you. It is like a friendship that is beginning to grow.
Yeah, like we're
Yes.
sharing what we know and
Yes.
they'll share also what they know. Palitan.
But that means you have to go out of your way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Di ba?
oo.
Make a little bit of effort.
A
Make
little bit of change or sometimes a big
sacrifice,
change. Oo.
to really be able to, reach out to
Yeah,
people.
to connect.
Yes.
It's a connection.
Yes. Oo.
You really,
Meron din mga
Yeah, by nature,
It's not gonna be always comfortable in a way.
there will be
diba?
connectivity amongst us. Di ba? It's just the way we are.
Yan ang
Yeah.
tunay na connectivity, hindi
Oo.
yung mga telecom, hindi
Oo.
ba? Because one thing that we notice is that even if you have real connectivity with people, kahit matagal na kayong hindi nagkikita, matagal na
Yeah.
kayong hindi nagkakausap,
Oo.
yung
Pag
parang
nagkita
yung
kayo,
closeness,
parang nawala yung years
Oo,
between,
it's
that you
still
didn't see each
there.
other.
The bond is still there.
Yes,
The closeness is still there. So, ganun lang talagang relationship of love. Whether as friends, whether as, classmates or whatever,
Pag may
talagang,
pinagkalakihan, yung kunyari,
May pinagdaanan, pinagsamahan.
pinagsamahan, there's always that bonding.
Yes.
Yeah, but, kumbaga, the bottom line of that is the caring.
Yeah.
Like, this is so common like one of my nephews is an officer in the army. And na-promote siya recently. Dahil mataas na yung position niya, so ang abiso galing sa amin, you watch your back. Diba, may ganun. Sabi niya, ang reply niya, sir, my soldiers will make sure my back is protected. May ganun siya. Kasi nagkaroon na silang matagal na bonding.
Yes.
Kasama sila sa digmaan ng Marawi. Marami silang ganun.
At saka kasi
Imagine.
nakikita ng mga officers under him that he cares about them. So they care about him also.
So,
Meron reciprocation.
maganda yung relationship niyan that you can think, isipin natin mga military, mga titigas, very formal ang mga, mga personalities niyan, pero makita natin pala na there are those kinds of people who can feel such deep relationship of
yes.
love,
Yeah,
even in such a situation, in fighting a war,
Oo,
hindi ba?
actually,
In fighting a
malalim naman
battle.
talaga ang love ng mga taong yan. Imagine, they're putting their life at risk to keep us all safe.
Making
So, they have
sacrifices.
very great love
They're vulnerable
for the
every
country
day.
and all of us.
They're under
Oo.
stress, but yet you'll see the brotherhood and the bonding that goes.
Yeah, very
That-
deep.
That kind of overcomes the rank.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Oo.
kasi caring is not measured by rank and by it's actually
Yeah.
the way you are as a person.
Oo.
If you experience that responsibility that you love this person, I want to make sure that this person is safe.
Oo.
Di ba nga they have this
Makakauwi yan.
deep brotherhood.
Yeah, makakauwi ka
Oo.
sa pamilya mo.
Yes.
So it's not position, na parang, okay, you have to respect me.
Oo.
You have to, listen to me because I'm in this higher position than you.
Kaya nga tawag dyan, the officer and the gentleman.
Yeah. At saka
ganda.
yung brotherhood.
Yung
diba?
brotherhood nila, the band of brothers ang tawag
Yes,
nila sa
they're a
kanya.
band of brothers.
Yung
talaga.
kunyari, you're the newest, the lowest in the rank. The more they would protect you.
Oo.
To give you that
Parang
time.
batang kapatid.
To give you that time to mature and get more experience. So recently nga, meron sila isang
Ganun
private
dapat, no?
he was killed in action recently.
Oo.
Morning kagad yung kampo. Yung
And they
grupo
support
nila.
the family.
Ibig sabihin na
Tulungan.
lahat, the support system. So in our society, no matter what sector you may be,
Oo.
a support system is there all the time. Because one, we have been gifted by this. We cannot live by ourselves. You live like an island, then you'll be the most miserable person in this world. Kumbaga, there's no interaction. Diba? That's what you always long for. And what is that attraction? What is it that attracts you to another person? On a common boundary, let's say, a husband and wife, sooner or later, we're going to get older. And what is the foundation of your relationship? How does it continue on? How does it sustain itself, no matter how we know that it's limited? But yet the caring and the loving, is always there. You protect one another. You give each other, you nurture each other in this. So, but if we both have a goal that is deeper, then you see that you help each other achieve that goal. Diba? And if that goal is to make it so that, alam nyo, minsan kasi may ganito if both partnership, they become like, it's a partnership to make the world a better place, to make people,
Yes.
To give the people their due and the important stuff, understanding what life really means. Diba? Kaya si Yesu Cristo, ito nga ang ginawa niya. Sacrifice yung ginawa niya. But yet, he was oozing. There's that happiness and the joy in his heart in doing what he was doing to influence and to touch people's lives and hearts. Not just their life, but heart. You see, on the end of the day, everything comes from here. So what is that? It's loving relationship, unconditional love, a relationship without any boundaries.
Okay.
Kasi, actually, yung natin ngayon, mapapansin po natin discussion natin, Valentine's, it's not about girlfriend, boyfriend, husband and wife. Pero, wow, malawak po yung love. So sa Valentine's, hindi lang natin isipin magbigay ng gift or message to one person in our life, but to everybody that we can touch.
Yes.
Diba?
So speaking of messages, we have some messages here from our viewers, no? Vina says, where there is love, there is life. Tama naman. And Mary also has a contribution to our conversation. Loving unconditionally is more happy than expecting anything in return.
Mas masaya ka. Yes.
That's true.
Actually, yung sinabi ni Vina, where there is love, there is life. Maraming variations rin yan in other proverbs. Sabi nung iba, where there is love, there is peace. May sinabi naman iba, where there is love, there is happiness. And sinabi ng mga sa Burundi, where there is love, there is no darkness.
Light siya, light.
Very,
But like Toby mentioned kanina, how people we're not an island, Is it not true that there are some people who are afraid of love? Diba?
Yes.
Yung parang ilag sila, no? And bakit kaya ganun sila?
Kasi naka-experience sila ng heartaches, heartbreak.
Kasi di ba ang heart natin is the most tender part of our being. And when you love, you're opening the doors of your heart. So that makes you vulnerable to others, di ba?
But there is a strategy para hindi ka naman totally ma-wipe out pag you love somebody. Yung don't give your whole heart and life to that person. Kumbaga, do not completely surrender everything to that person. Because that person naman is not capable also of returning your love perfectly. So, mayroon ng chance na kung sabihin natin hindi lumayo, pero sabihin natin namatay o kaya,
One has to understand, we are limited beings. Yeah, we're subjected by changes of this world. So whatever loving relationship that we have, if it's based on the relationship that husband or wife, but you can go deeper pa. If it's a relationship based on a common ground, that we have a common father,
yes.
and then that goes, then you work the trust.
Yeah.
The trust that makes it so that you know that on the end of the day, this is what we both need. And that this is what we need to work together with.
Yes.
So
There will
it's
be-
opening your heart, but also being careful
Yes.
and knowing that the person, kung it's another person na yung bang, you don't see them as God, that they are perfect. You love them even with their imperfections.
Yeah, kasi yung relationships that's how it's born Kaya nga minsan may narinig kayong kwento Hindi man tatandaan na nila, but husband and wife are still so. Pag namatay nga yung isa hindi na magtatagal yung
Sunod
isa.
yung isa.
Susunod na
Oo.
kagad. You know, it's all because,
Kasi they're two parts of one heart.
right, di ba?
And yet there are also people who are single, who never got married, and yet they're full of love.
Yes,
Diba?
yes.
And they're able
They're
to
loving
also
God, they're loving
serve
others.
other people, even as celibates, no?
Yes.
So we cannot say that it's a criteria for you to love. Kailangan makahanap ka ng isang tao dito sa mundo na parang yun siya yung magko-complete sa iyo.
When you build on
What really
relationships,
completes us
kasi-
is our love for
Yes,
God.
yeah.
Kasi that's the very essence of it.
That's
But
the basis.
at the same time, how relationships grow, husband and wife relationship, or father, mother, and children, di ba? Di ba, there's that nurturing part of things.
Yes.
Yes.
We nurture, we let that love grow. And you know what? On the end, as our bodies grow older, we become grandpas and grandmas and nearing that end game of our life in this world. You raise your children lovingly. They will be there for you. And this relationship is something that is bounded, that binds us. And if the foundation is based on a deeper loving relationship, because that transcends time and time and limitations of this world. When you talk about, kasi there's a source of eternal love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Di ba? There's a source of eternal happiness. May ganyan
We learn how to love properly,
Right.
no,
And
from the
then
right sources.
And when we learn that, we can hear that in our heart, we can feel that in our heart, and yet we can also experience that exchange with one another.
Yeah.
Because that's how you apply it.
Yeah, and it's true talagang wala ng boundaries as you grow in your
Yes.
love. Just as Mila
Yeah.
is saying here, a person who feels appreciated will always do more than what is expected.
expected.
Pagka na-experience niya yon, siya na-motivate, na-inspire to
Oy,
do so much more.
Sabi ng Greek, the heart that loves is always young. Very motivated.
Kakabata.
Kasi very talaga siya. Kumbaga, alive and very, energetic.
Life, buhay.
Aggressive.
Diyan ang expression ng buhay mo. Kaya nga yung relation mo, you want to go to, di ba, we have a relationship with one another in this world. But yet the main essence of that relationship is actually directed towards our Creator.
Yeah. And everyone around
Everybody
us.
around.
Oo.
So it becomes an expression. That's why nga, first commandment, you love God.
Oo.
Second commandment, you care.
Yun talagang una.
Pangalagaan mo yung mga iba.
Love
Your
Kasi-
neighbors.
Love your
Oo.
neighbors. Kasi bakit? When you love God, it's natural for you to love everybody else.
Yeah, even the animals.
Right.
Today, we had to have a bird rescue. There was a bird that flew into our window, and she was knocked out
Glass
for
window,
for a bit. We had to help her recover, kasi meron ditong mga cats and
Bumagsak
things.
siya.
Oo.
Bumagsak siya on the ground talaga.
So, inalagaan namin sandali lang.
Mhm.
We even sang to him para
Oo.
maganahan siya. Mamaya nakalipad na siya.
May healing sound siya para gumaling siya.
Yes,
mo,
magic
kanina
lang.
nga alam nyo, ano yun? Sabi ko nga kita mo, yung mga ibon na yan,
Mm-mm.
mairap yan eh.
Mm.
Hindi basta malalapitan eh.
Yeah.
Diba? They have their own protective instincts, di ba?
Yeah. It was an emerald pigeon, emerald dove.
Another
Beautiful.
Very beautiful, green and everything.
Stripes.
Blue.
Alam nyo?
Yeah,
Blue and
so many
green.
colors.
Ito, ganito yan eh.
Mm-mm.
Kita ko yung, it was my son who was also holding her, hawak niya na gano'n. My son normally stays at the beach side. Sila rin yung gumagawa ng pawikan eh.
Ay,
Diba?
Project
Alam mo,
Forma.
pag may hawak ng kamay ng isang tao na nagmamahal,
Oo.
hindi ba minsan
May healing
meron
power
tayong-
yung hands,
di
di
ba?
ba?
Holding hands pa, di ba? May mga ganyan.
Ah.
Yung kamay ng tao, that is nurturing. Kanina nakita ko sila dumating. Hawak niya na gano'n.
Oo.
Sabi
Very
ko,
carefully, very gentle.
Maingat, gentle. Ibig sabihin nun, there's like, nurture niya pa. Eh, yung kamay
Yung
natin.
chi niya napunta doon sa
Ayun,
bird.
you know.
Oo. So that energized the bird.
So the bird was kind of, nakita ko nga,
Na-relax
nalapit
siya.
sa akin, patingin-tingin nga eh.
Oo.
Yung parang, sino mga to? Ba't hindi ba ako? Kakainin ba ako nitong mga to? Or when,
Yeah.
Oo. Na-energize siya eh. Tapos later nag-fly na ang bilis, no? From
Yes.
being knocked out, biglang na-energize siya.
Ay, maraming gusto.
Ganyan ang love.
Maraming bumati si Kalindi Relova.
Good morning,
good
Gino.
morning.
Yeah.
Sabi
We
ni,
love San Juan. Yan, si Gino kasi.
we love someone.
Oh yes, he means it because he,
means
does
business.
it. Oo,
Because
talaga
he does it.
inaalagaan
He's a
niya kami
doer.
dito.
Kasi pag
So,
sinabi
ayan.
niyang,
First responder po si Gino dito sa
mahal
amin.
niya yung bayan ng San Juan.
Pag may nangangailangan, nangunguna yan si Gino.
Frontliner namin yan eh.
Yes.
That's showing love. I must say, showing love.
Ayan, talaga sacrifice ng buhay.
Oo.
Iwanan yung comforts ng bahay. Di ba?
Yes.
So, maraming salamat. Okay, Gino.
Okay.
Sabi ni Yogi, show respect, strive for perfection for yourself, but don't expect it from your spouse. And above all, be humble and compassionate and put your spiritual master and God first. O, ayan. Talagang, kumbaga meron tayong priorities no
Yes.
in our relationship where we really give respect and we actually listen to the Lord in the heart, to the spiritual teacher,
that's very
but
essential.
also yung respect for everybody.
Everybody. Especially
Respect for
those you live
everybody.
with, ha? Let's not take them for granted.
Actually, ano yan eh, it's a growth experience.
Oo.
Loving is a growth
Yeah,
experience.
it's
You learn
nurturing
all
nga
the
eh.
time.
Nurture
Yes.
nga eh. It's nurture.
Pero alam mo rin, it's not just, I've seen that even people, you teach them how to grow plants, it also,
Oh, that's a very important way to
develops
learn.
the nurturing spirit.
You know, I
diba?
know,
Very
I know of a
careful
lady that they're very influential in this province. It happened that yung husband nagkasakit, no? So, ako naman, because I knew this lady really well, no? We worked on some projects together of planting and making the province nicer. So, regreening ng probinsya. So, yung nagkaroon siya ng sa personal life niya,
Stressful situation.
stressful talaga, araw-araw na stress eh. Kaya sabi ko, I know the sons and daughters, but when I saw her, I know that she has to show her strength to her family.
Of course, ganyan mga nanay,
Ganyan
di
ang
ba?
nanay. No matter what.
Yes.
Hindi niya ipapakita yung weakness niya. Na, kasi pag,
And she's trying to be strong for everybody
Yeah.
kasi.
you know why? It's all like this eh. Let's say this relationship, may relationship siya sa asawa na nag-alaga sa kanya buong buhay niya. Ngayon, baliktad na. Right? But yet, at the same time, it's not just limited to them as husband and wife. It's their team.
Yeah, the
that
family.
family that made it tick it. But
Yes.
anyway, when there was a struggle because of the health of the husband, sabi ko nga, hindi siya mahilig mag-garden. Hindi siya mahilig magtanim. Hindi nga siya masyadong marunong sa pang-cool.
Yeah,
May
but
alam, pero
she likes
she
it.
loves it, but
Oo.
she never had the time. But alam mo, sabi ko sa kanya, Ma'am, ayusin natin yung garden mo. Ginanong ko siya, Ma'am, tagalin na natin. Dalawa pa yung driveway niya. Yung isang driveway, hatiin na lang. Lagyan niyo na lang ng lupa at damo. Tapos lagyan natin ng maraming halaman. That became, She likes to go to church every day.
Yeah.
But
She
yeah,
still
yes,
does
very
naman.
She
fun.
does
Yes.
still, but
She knows where to get the strength.
But you know, gumanda na nag-aaral na siya sa gardens. You know? I was the one giving her plants. Ma'am, lagay niyo sa ganito, lagay niyo sa ganyan.
Therapeutic kasi ho ang mga halaman.
And the more she was able to kind of,
Stress relief niya.
relieve yung stress.
Oo.
Then one time I was meeting with one of the children, who's not bata, but they're in their 50s. Sabi ko, this is what I know. Did you notice how your mom really loves plants now? Yes, we noticed. I really wanted her to do that because it is her stress relief.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she spends a lot of time in the
In her
garden.
backyard lang. Kasi ito yung bahay nila, nandiyan yung stress niya sa loob. Kasi alam nyo, ang bahay natin, di ba? Pag, normally, yan ang shelter natin pag umuwi tayo eh. Pag pero may mahal kang tao na may sakit,
Syempre.
nagsa-struggle, so parang yung bahay mo minsan naging madidepress ka. So sabi ko, hindi. Lagyan natin ng maraming halaman. So ngayon, ang gumaganda ng
Very
garden niya.
healing talaga ang garden. Oo.
So, meron din love for plants.
Of
Yeah, plus you will see
And for your self-love, self-care.
self-care.
You have the plants, to nurture you
At saka
also.
din, di ba sinasabi na love Mother Nature?
Yes.
Right.
Diba?
Kaya nga,
Mother Nature loves us also.
Oo, doon
Kaya nga,
dami nating gifts
nag-nurture.
from Mother Nature.
so ngayon, ang resulta nun, she was still able to handle her stress much better
Yes.
in a practical perspective.
Yes.
Alam niyo
And then she
nangyari?
can get to take care of her husband.
Alam niyo nangyari?
Better. She's
May,
refreshed.
may next story dun eh.
Sige, ano yung...
Yung buong barangay road nila, napakalaking barangay, tatawag sa akin, Tommy, can you be a plants
Magtatanim
for
na
this?
dun. Tatanan
Ayan,
natin
yung
yung buong
buong
barangay.
kalye nila ng barangay road nila, punong-puno na ng tanim. Lahat ng mga barangay officials, lahat
Oh,
ng
di
tao.
madami nang nakikinabang.
Pinatanim na niya na pinatanim. Ang dami na ngayon. So sabi ko, ayan.
So the
alam mo,
healing spreads.
lumawa.
kagandahan nun.
The light of love
Lumawa.
spreads
Kaya
talaga.
nga, kagandahan nun. Yun ang naging resulta. Yung
Yan.
parang, wow, she's sharing it to everybody else now.
Yeah.
Eh, alam nyo bakit? Pag kayo ay naghalaman, nagtanim ng mga puno, encompassing yan, hindi lang para sa sarili natin yan, para sa lahat yun.
Oo.
Di ba? Then you can express you know how it is when you're in a garden, hindi ba?
Yes.
Nakaka-relieve ng ano mo. And then you
Yes.
start to share that.
Yeah.
Kasi sometimes when we think of love, we only limit it.
Oo, inisip lang natin sarili natin minsan.
O minsan, ito, ganito lang. Pag
No,
magmahal ka,
mahal ba nila
dapat,
ako?
kaya pag magmahal ka, dapat ganito lang. Hindi ba? Meron ka
It can
kagad.
spread a lot.
But you know, kumbaga, you spread the happiness and the joy to people. How do you help them, relieve them of their stress?
Yes.
It's not just limiting to, you say something about it or you say something to them, but actually you show them, look,
Action may action.
do these things.
Oo.
Siyempre, yung beauty and oxygen and,
Yes.
the activity
The
is
good
so
compounds.
nice.
So Mila, Celeste is saying to us, salamat ko palakas sa pag-share ng malawak na pananaw ng love. Lahat nangangarap ng true love, pero most misunderstood that causes so much pain. Yeah? Yung topic nyo will surely relieve sadness.
Oh, yeah.
Yun nga talaga, nakakatulong siya.
Kasi yung ibang tao, inisip lang, wala akong Valentine's date.
Oo, it's not about dating. Oo. Love goes beyond dates.
Ano na yan
Timeless.
commercialized message,
Yes,
no? That
oo.
walang magbibigay sa iyo ng roses.
Kasi yung
At
mga
alagaan mo na lang yung rose plant.
yung mga
di ba?
nagbebenta kasi sila nagko-commercialize.
Sila
Kailangan may
oo nga.
bilin ka para ibigay.
Kasi
Or may blow out
chocolate.
ka.
minsan nga may
Oo.
ano yan eh, may
But it goes beyond that, no? It's not about buying something.
again, this lady I'm talking to you about,
Oo.
she's also parang siya yung namamahala ng buong maraming barangay. May mga ganun kami. So, ang kagandahan niya, nakikita ninyo, pati doon, natatanaw niya ngayon sa mga probinsya, sa mga pinupuntahan niya.
Ibang
Nice, very nice.
na.
Spreading the love talaga.
Ang alam niya kasi nakaka-relieve sa tao.
Yes,
Kasi alam niyo
yes.
bakit? It is,
Nurturing.
when we
Oo.
feel that love from our heart, we should not limit experiencing that in our heart
Yes.
only. All you need to do is to look around you.
Yes.
Oo, nag-overflow yan
Yeah,
di ba?
dapat i-share.
Lumalabas
Dapat
talaga.
ilabas.
Like
You
a
know, when you-
spring.
Kada hinga
Everything
mo
is coming out.
Actually,
Kada hinga mo,
Oo.
Ibilang, kunyari, mainit ang ulo mo, you're angry, you're not in the mood, huminga ka ng malalim.
Oo.
Sino nagbigay sa'yo
Air na yan.
ng air
Oo.
na yan, ng hangin na yan? Tapos, syempre, wag mo naman dumihan.
Oo.
Di ba? Wag mo
Bawal
naman,
magsiga, ha?
wag mo naman isarili. Di ba? When you're drinking water, when you're thirsty, it quenches your thirst.
Yes.
Oo.
Then, oh wow, if you look, you become mindful of what you're doing. You see, many times, the mindfulness component of how we exist, we don't hear about it, or we don't even practice
Hindi
it.
natin our
natin
mind is
naisip.
too
Scattered.
Oo,
Too
scattered. Ang
distracted.
daming iisip.
So, but when you start to go to the more basic things in life, you will realize that, wow, there's so many components that I depend on every day of my life, but I don't even
Appreciate.
appreciate.
Oo.
Yes.
No, so when you begin to be more mindful of one another, you begin to be mindful of your surroundings and your environment. Then you become mindful of people. Diba? It
Yes.
doesn't matter whether rich or poor. Kasi a person with clarity in his vision sees everybody equally.
Yeah.
When you breathe, you can think clearer,
Yes.
more clearer,
And
no?
then kagandahan yan.
Clearer.
It grows and grows in so many different ways.
It
And
spreads.
then you begin to make even that as an entry point to share the joy to one another.
Oo.
And it's not just based on a limited, sometimes understanding ko na that's deeper. No, you can start this way. To show
At saka
and
don't even,
express.
sometimes it doesn't even go to you in your mind na, oh, this is my entry point. Hindi, natural lang talaga, di ba? That
Or
you
this
wanna
is-
do it.
Or this
Oo.
is my, yung,
It's spontaneous.
and you know,
Oo.
and it doesn't limit. It doesn't limit, oh, we have to go to church together. Oh, we have to do this. The world becomes the very feel of that this is our Creator has given us this. And to be mindful of that, living your life. Then you begin to share the joy to others. Kasi you're feeling it eh.
Yeah.
That's genuine. That's not, you cannot fake that.
Oo.
You know?
Spontaneous nga siya eh. Talagang
At saka
ano.
mararamdaman din ng tao if you're being genuine in your caring, and genuine in your concern, ganon. Nakaka-touch. Some people say, very touching naman yung sinabi mo, or very touching naman yung ginawa mo. Then you will see also that you are able to, di ba maganda, you're able to touch people's hearts. Di ba? And,
At saka, di ba when somebody is feeling love, di ba sinasabi nila, uy, blooming siya. Kasi talagang yung nasa loob na masarap na pakiramdam, lumalabas sa face, sa aura ng tao.
Yeah,
no?
aura,
Maganda
di ba?
talaga.
yes.
Oo.
Batiin natin, Miguel. Good morning. Miguel Vargas.
Oh,
From
hello,
the doers
Miguel.
of Tanong Pinas.
No, no.
Yes. Oo. And si Priscilla Lavarias.
Yes,
Hello.
and Katrina Resurrection, good morning to you. And
And
Jen Shiva, good morning.
thank you
And
for
you were saying, I can hear the birds in the background. You're
Ay, oo
sharing.
nga. Happy sila dito eh.
sharing with them too. Yes, actually, everyone is happy. The plants, the animals,
Oo.
you know.
You know, if you like birds, magtanim ho kayo ng sili. They love sili.
Oo.
Siling labuyo.
But
Favorite
kahit,
nila yan.
ito lang ha, kahit wala kayong itatanim na ano, pag maglalabas lang kayo ng palay, pupuntahan kayo ng mga birds. Kasi there's this person, I remember in one,
Rice.
abroad.
Oo, rice. In India yan.
Hindi, ito yung lahat ng birds na pupunta sa bahay niya kasi talagang nag-ano siya ng grains or
Oo,
rice.
rice yung
Talagang
nilalabas niya.
pinupuntahan siya.
Kanin na eh, yung
Oo.
nilalabas niya.
So that's how you can invite. But
Oo.
even with people, you can invite friendship. You just share. Kung may
Food pa rin
niluto
tala
kayo,
ang draw.
oo, hindi ba? You make some sweet balls, you make something to share with
Oo.
people, and people will feel happy, and they'll always remember you. Actually,
But
sinabi,
sharing and giving is the key. The sharing and giving sa buhay natin.
yes,
You know, when you share and give, such actions is not coming elsewhere except your heart.
Oh, and the sharing is not always with something.
Yeah.
Not always with food. Sometimes it's just helping somebody. You know, like someone needs some assistance. Tulungan mo lang sandali.
Yeah.
It makes a
Meron
big
ngang-
difference. They feel loved.
meron nga sinabi rin sa Proverbs, sa Bible, let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Parang necklace, yung love. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and men. you know. So actually, kasi I was researching, I've been making a course on leadership. Meron ako the 10 most cruel leaders in the world, or 15 most cruel leaders. Grabe naman pala yung mga pinagagawa nitong mga taong to. Talagang mga
Anyway.
horrible. So that's the opposite, that people remember them for what the bad things they did. But at the same time, you can also be remembered for the good things that you did in a person's life. Kahit as a kapitbahay, kahit as a, a friend, hindi mo makakalimutan yun. Ang bait ng tao nun sa akin, hindi ba?
Yes.
So that's very much appreciated, and you make a mark in people's lives. That's one thing we want to do, hindi ba? Na meron tayong naging contribution to a person's life and making them happy.
Oh my gosh, we're almost
Actually,
time
yan.
na pala. Ang
Oo.
bilis ng
Matt
oras,
Resurrection.
ano?
Magandang umaga sa'yo.
Yes.
So, may mga habol pa.
Oo.
So anyway, so the 14th is closing in a few more days.
Yeah.
But yet,
We hope you have a nice celebration of
And we can
love
plan,
for
make a nice
everyone.
plan
Yeah,
how
we
to
can-
share love with
it has to
everybody.
do with making the world a better place for
Yes,
everybody.
oo.
Do the goodness that you can. From the goodness of your heart, you can express such relationships of love, and not just limit it just to
Yeah,
you as
don't think you
couple.
have to have a partner for
Yeah.
this, no?
We can actually
There's so
go
many
out there
people
and
to love.
do things that we need to do. So, no matter how, like now, especially, di ba, sa ating situation, nagbabago na ulit yung ating health situation sa ating bansa. Ngunit, pag may kasabihan nga pag mahal ko ang kapwa ko tao sa panahon ngayon, mag-suit ka ng mask.
Ayun, don't forget
That's
that.
the expression
Kahit
of
anong
love.
level,
That's
ha?
Dagdagan mo pa, mag-face shield ka.
Ah,
Double
diba?
expression.
Kasi,
Hindi na kasi nila inaano yung face shield masyado.
kasi,
Mask and
pero,
distancing.
sumunod ka sa tamang patakaran, sa protocol,
Oo.
kasi,
And take care of yourselves. Don't get too tired.
alalahanin ninyo, yung mga ganyan na mga actions goes a long way. Plus, it doesn't only, kumbaga, sumusunod ako sa patakaran. Ngunit hindi. Pag mindful ka sa iyong ginagawa sa ganitong
Panahon.
Panahon.
Oo. Challenging pa rin times.
galing sa caring at
Yeah.
pagmamahal yun.
Yes.
Hindi lang basta naiisip ko, hindi lang ako basta sumusunod sa patakaran. Ngunit, napapakinggan ko, naririnig ko na, I need to care for myself too. And this is part of wearing a mask. But I also need to care for one another.
Yes.
Yes.
So these are things, so many ways to express
yeah,
your
staying
concern and
safe.
love. And,
Oo.
when
And
you
it's a sacrifice. Wearing a mask is a sacrifice.
oo.
And, avoiding going out all the time is a sacrifice. But it is a expression of love.
yeah.
Yes.
We
And
have-
also where you put that mask after, ha? We have to love also our environment. Oo.
Yes. Oo.
Agyamanak,
Oo.
maning kanya, sister, you sir and madams. Another inspiring topic po.
Okay.
Galing kay Vinal
Thank you,
Pascua.
Vina.
Maraming salamat ulit sa inyong lahat. I
Agyamanak
hope-
means thank you.
means
Oo.
agyamanak. It means thank you in Ilocano. Okay? And you have a pleasant day today, this
And
weekend.
Make
And
Valentine's every day.
Right.
Diba? Then we will all be happy. Yeah.
spread that love.
Don't
Yes.
forget, the Lord is
Okay.
our Valentine.
Oh,
of us.
yes.
Oo.
The best Valentine.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Pangkalusugan, pangkalikasan, go Palakas!